First pitch coming your way next.
Boston Red Sox.
First pitch moments away. And on the hill in this one, Garrett Crochet.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Now here is Jung-Hoo Lee. And that's through there for a strike. And this one is off and running. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Tyler Fitzgerald, the next Giant to hit. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. And that one upstairs, ball one. Nobody out, runner at first.
Get two.
And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking, and there's one down. Willie Adames stands in.
Willie Adames.
Let's go, Garrett. Ball.
In the dirt.
1-0.
Man at first, one away. Just missed. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Hey, double him up.
Just missed.
Too low. Here we go, Boston.
In the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. The throw to third. Not in time. He's safe.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
And here is Matt Chapman. Outside corner, there's a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Chapman gets a piece there.
Sit him down.
Good eye in that spot.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third.
2-2.
And that one moves his feet.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Matt Chapman, big blast, left field, and it's off the Green Monster. 1 runs in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
So here's Wade now. On the ground right side, Casas. Run scores, and that makes it 2-0 as they get the out.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Elliot Ramos.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. And a foul ball.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
And that misses. And 1-1.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
2 outs. Way inside.
Punch him out!
2-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Duran going back on this one, and it hits off the monster. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Comes through with the RBI. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. That's in there. It's 0-1. When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said that's what he possesses that allows him to come through?
Well, we always used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, you know, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
Base knock right field. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Bang, bang play at the plate right there. Outfielder needed no help. An absolutely perfect throw to get him. Right on the money. Excellent tag by the catcher. And the inning ends on an awesome play.
And we're back here at Fenway Park. And on the hill, Logan Webb. What should we keep an eye on here?
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
McRae makes the catch, and there's one down. Time now to check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Already they find themselves down 3 runs in this game, so there's work to be done.
Yeah, you want to see them come out with a little urgency here. You don't have to score all 3 runs, but put something up on the board, and that'll make you feel a little bit better about your opportunities. But if you're looking at that 3-run lead and saying we've got to get it right now, you can put yourself up against a wall and not have really good at bats. So just trust the process. Trust that your pitcher can hold them right there. These players can find themselves back in this ball game.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
He was all over that one. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
One out, Runner at second. Devers now. Just missed.
Let's go, Raffy.
Come on,
Man
Raphael.
at second.
Ball.
Inside corner, that's a strike. Now 2-1.
That's a ball.
Bregman, the runner at second with one away. Pop up here, third base side. Chapman settles underneath it, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Batting fourth, first baseman Tristan Casas.
Now batting Tristan Casas.
Come on, Doc.
Check swing, but he went too far.
No
That's
ball.
strike one.
One strike. Way to go, Red
And the righty deals. On the ground to third. Chapman zips it to first. That's the inning.
Come on.
One left for the Red Sox. They trail in this one 3-0. Top of the second, leading off, Mike Yastrzemski.
Right-fielder Mike Yastrzemski.
Yastrzemski in his 6th season in the 8th spot in today's lineup. He's playing today in his home state of Massachusetts. Crochet back to work. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2.
Goes down looking.
All day, baby.
And up next for the Giants, Grant McCray.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Now fly ball to right center.
Come on.
Abreu snags it on the run.
Oh, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Lee batting for the second time, and that's strike one.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
0-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. That misses the zone. Going to count 1 and 2.
Ball 2.
Strike 3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. Nothing doing here this half. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Bottom of the second. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. And that one clips the corner.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does. The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Batting six,
Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Fires to first, and they get the out.
Batting seven, right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
2 outs, base is empty. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms in the sport. That one finds the corner, and that is strike one.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
Strike two.
No balls. 2 strikes.
That one almost got him. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now it's the second baseman, Tyler Fitzgerald.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Get out of here, Giants. Go back to San Francisco.
Laced down the line. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. It's a leadoff double to start the 3rd.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And up next for San Francisco, Willie Adames. Singled and scored his first time. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Man at second. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Let's go, Red Sox.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
1 ball.
I wouldn't throw him
2
another
strikes.
breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Up next,
Matt
for the
Chapman up to the
Giants,
plate
3rd
now.
baseman,
He doubled
Matt
home a run
Chapman.
in his first AB.
Come on, Red Sox.
That one's
1-0.
upstairs, ball 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Richard Fitz getting ready to go.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Up the middle, Bregman to first, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr.
Come on, Red Sox.
That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
Come on, Boston.
Swings and pulls it foul to the right side.
Finish him.
Late night Lamont down on strikes. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong.
Connor Wong.
The wind and the pitch. And that one wrapped foul.
Come on, Connor.
And it's fouled away. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
One down, base is empty. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field.
That was maybe even a little off the plate, but no problem getting the barrel to it. Man, he does such a nice job. That's what you're supposed to do with the pitch in that location. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
So the batting order turns over. Jarren Duran up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 1 so far. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike one.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
1-1.
In the dirt. In there safely. Rafaela into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Rip towards third. Chapman over to first in time. That's the second out.
Now batting, second baseman, Alex Bregman.
Here's Alex Bregman. Doubled his first time up.
Boog, this batter gets described as a homebody because he loves playing at home, and historically his numbers back it up.
That one hooked foul. Runner at second, 2 down here in the last half of the third. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Back there. It bangs off the wall. In safely with a double, his second of the day. The run comes in to score from second, and it's now a 2-run game.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. He hit the ball so well right there, and I really thought it was going to carry out of here, but that's definitely the big part of the yard, and you just really have to get a hold of one to drive it out in that part of the ballpark. But you can't be mad about driving one off the wall.
Here's Rafael Devers. And that misses. And it's 1-0.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 3. Tristan Casas in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. see if he gives him anything to hit here. And a strike to Devers. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Full count.
Hard hit, right side. Wade steps on the bag, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back here in Boston, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Elliot Ramos.
Let's go, Red Sox. Come on.
Let's go, Red Sox! Come on!
Fastball for a strike. Anything in particular stand out to you as far as moments at Fenway Park?
Wow, you know, it's unfortunate because I remember as an Oakland A's player, we were up in the series against the Red Sox, 2-0. All we needed to do was close out a Saturday night ball game. We went extra innings. The Red Sox won that ball game. And then Sunday, they pushed the series by winning Game 4 back to Oakland for Game 5. And unfortunately, they won Game 5 as well.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
That was 2003, and the Red Sox would eventually get their hearts broken by Aaron Boone, but end the curse a year later. Bailey stands in now and watches strike one. The next offering misses, and now it's even 1-1.
Let's go, Sox.
Just missed. Runner at first with no outs here. That one fouled off, 2-2. Pitch kicks away. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Three-two on the way. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Struck out looking his first time. And that drops in for a strike.
0-1.
One out and a runner at second. Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Made quick work of him right there, Siggy. I know that's the kind of at-bat maybe leaves a lot of fans wondering, what was he doing up there, right?
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, you take 2 straight strikes, then chase one way out of the zone. It's just not a good at-bat. It'll leave you shaking your head as a hitter, if not worse. But there's always going to be those trips to the plate where you're just lost up there, and that was one of them for sure.
Yeah, the batter now, Grant McCray. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
One strike.
just missed. Ramos stands at second with 2 gone. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
The 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Man on second, 2 down. That one missed.
Punch him out!
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. One left for San Francisco, but they still lead it 3-1. Bottom of the 4th, so stepping in for Boston, Tristan Casas.
First baseman, Tristan Casas.
Come on, Red Sox!
And that is out of play.
You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Ball 2.
Lined into left center, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Here's Trevor Story now. His first at bat was a strikeout. There's a strike.
새 알림. 두알산스 무선 컨트롤러 연결이 해제되었습니다. 배터리를 충전하세요.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Let's go now! Base hit here!
Pitch misses, and the count 1-2. Squirts away a little bit. And an excellent job keeping it right there. On the ground to third. And it's just foul. That was close. On the ground, 2 ball. Boots it. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
I think he just rushed that one. Great chance to turn 2, and as an infielder on a play like that, I think guys can get a little excited and forget to make the play one step at a time. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get none.
First and second, no outs. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Masataka Yoshida. Fought off foul. And that is cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Ball 1.
This one in the dirt. Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. First and second here, no outs.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting. Right
Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. He's 0 for 1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
To third, Chapman tags the runner. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. And the Red Sox leave one. And it remains a 3-1 ball game.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back,
Red Sox.
and there's a new arm on the mound to start the
Number
fifth.
25.
Josh Winkowski.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
You can do it, Red Sox.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Brudansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
And now Tyler Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, in his second season, 27 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball.
1 out,
No
bases
strike.
empty.
Come on, Sox.
Edge of the zone for a strike, and the count even at 1.
All right, Red Sox.
That one is blasted left field towards the monster. And it bangs off the monster. Not stopping, he's going for 3. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
One down, runner at third. And digging in for San Francisco, Willie Adames. 1 for 2. Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 1.
1-0. No, that's a ball. Too low.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Drops into the glove, and that should get the job done as he tags from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly, and they're up by 3.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Chapman, the next to hit, takes outside.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Let's go, Red Sox. Let's go.
Fouled off left side. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and that'll do it. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Giants 4 and the Red Sox 1. Back here in Boston, bottom of the inning. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. Webb back to work. Pitch misses, and that is ball one.
You know, these Red Sox finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have one hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
Whips it to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. And next for the Red Sox, Cedar Rafaela. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Wade makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Now batting, left fielder, Jaron Duran.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Digging in, Jaron Duran. 0 for 2 in this one. Breaking ball misses down and away.
1 ball, no strikes.
That one ripped. And it gets by him. Around first, heading for 2. Now around second, going for third.
Oh, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So a runner at third, 2 men out. And now it's Alex Bregman.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
In there at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Come on, Sox.
And he gets Bregman. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So 1 hit is all they get. 5 innings complete. It's the Giants 4 and the Red Sox 1. All set for the top of the 6th. Now at the plate, Lamont Wade Jr.
For 샌프란시스코, first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr.
Come on, Boston.
There's a strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Renan Bernardino appears to be getting loose. Wilson getting cranked up as well.
Way to go, Boston.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Elliot Ramos,
Now batting,
the next Giant to hit.
designated hitter, Elliot Ramos.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Right through there for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one the other
That's
way,
foul.
and foul ball.
Go, Red Sox. Woo!
That's to third, Devers.
Come on, come on.
Oh, the throw is wild, and this ball's going to wind up out of play.
Well, that was a throw that just shouldn't have been made. They scored a single and an error, so the official scorer doesn't believe a good throw would have gotten an out, and neither do I. We can't hear it from up here, but I wonder if anyone was telling him just to eat the throw. You know, that's where communication on the infield.
Now this one gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He's safe, and they lead by 4.
Back-to-back base hits. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Mike Yastrzemski up here, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1.
And there's a ball. Bailey, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. So now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. On the ground, and that's just foul. Fights it off. He'll see another. And he'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Ball 2.
In the dirt, but kept close.
Let's go.
Liner snagged at first. Dives for the bag. Got him. Double play. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 5-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Bottom of the 6th.
Leading
Down the
off
third
for
baseman,
the Red
Rafael
Sox,
Devers.
Third baseman, Rafael Devers.
First pitch, and he just misses. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
There we go.
Tristan Casas up next for the Red Sox.
Tristan Casas.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Hey, now let's go. Here we go, Boston.
On the ground, a short could be 2. There's 1, and they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Trevor Story.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Story now.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. It's the Giants 5 and the Red Sox 1.
Now pitching.
Brennan Bernardino comes on now.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And digging in for
Leading
San
off
Francisco,
for the Giants,
Grant
left
McCray.
fielder, Grant McCray.
Line drive, and it's caught for the out.
Here we go. Come on.
Up next for the Giants, center fielder Jung-Hoo Lee.
And here is Jung-Hoo Lee.
Peanut here.
Center field.
That's right.
Rafaela flashes the leather on the run and catch.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Come on, Boston. Let's go, Boston.
Fitzgerald in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike.
Let's go, Red Sox!
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
So up next, Willie Adames. Over to first, and he's saved.
Come on, Red Sox! Right.
And a breaking ball misses outside. And another ball. Fitzgerald leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Let's go, Red Sox!
There's the swing and a miss.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one ripped left field. And it's off the Green Monster. Coming home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time, and they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back here at Fenway, and now the DH, Masataka Yoshida. The changeup missing, and that's ball 1.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Come on, Red Sox.
Just off the inside edge.
Ball, no.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
3-0 down. That one hit to right. Yastrzemski under it. And there's 1 down.
Kidding me.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Come on, Boston!
And ball 1 to the right fielder.
1 ball, no strikes.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1
The
strike.
Red Sox down by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch is outside.
2-1.
Line drive to short and caught.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Here's the catcher, Connor Wong. Line to left, and it goes just foul. 2 out, space is empty.
Let's go, Red Sox!
To the right side, Fitzgerald slings to first. That's the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. They're down here 5-1. Back in Boston, we're at the top of the eighth. Chappie steps to the dish to take his cuts. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. Bernardino back to work. Line drive, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
So digging in, Lamont Wade Jr.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
One down, base is empty. And a seed into center. That's a base hit.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Next is the designated hitter, Elliot Ramos. Ball one low. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
In the dirt.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
And that's in for a strike. Wade, the base runner at first with one out. That's hard hit on the line. Reaches but can't haul it in. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with one gone.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And up next for the Giants, Patrick Bailey.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Swinging a foul straight back. Two on, one out. That one fouled hard the other way.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Oof. That one went straight back and got our ump right in the mask. Let's hope he's okay.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Lifted in the air, right center field. And no one can get there. Coming home. Safe. It's 6-1.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Now it's the right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. 0 for 3 in this one. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Out to short, Story. Zips it across. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Up next for the Giants, left fielder Grant McCray.
Grant McCray will hit next.
All right, Red Sox. Let's go, Red Sox.
That's ripped. Base hit. And now two aboard. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brennan Bernardino will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Greg
Red
Weiser
Sox.
gets the ball now.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So back to the top of the order. Now it's the Giants leadoff hitter, Jung-Hoo Lee. First
Ball
pitch
one.
misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
In the air, left field, down the line. Duran pulls that one down, and that is that. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Giants 7 and the Red Sox 1. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Leading
Who,
off
growing up,
for
who was
the
your
Red
favorite
Sox.
big league mascot?
Center fielder,
The Philly Fanatic, still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. One of the things, though, that we've seen that is kind of a thread really in every sport.
Ball.
These are the elite players, and so they adjust,
1,
and they've
2.
done a great job adjusting.
Absolutely, and just you tip your cap to these guys because not an easy adjustment, but they look like they've been doing it their entire lives.
Got him. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what,
Now
pitcher and
batting
catcher are on the
left
same page right
fielder,
now.
Jaron Duran.
Now batting Jaron Duran, 1 for 3. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The Red Sox with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
That's to third. Chapman over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting second baseman Alex.
2 outs,
Bregman.
base is empty. Alex Bregman up next for the Red Sox. And that misses. Ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Ball 2.
And that's downstairs and outside. Foul ball there. Adames, the throw to first. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Nothing doing for Boston. They're down 7-1. And we're back. Here's the second baseman, Tyler Fitzgerald. Fastball for a strike. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Justin Wilson, the veteran southpaw, is getting ready to come on if needed. Fitz also throwing. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
No ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to Devers.
Hustle.
He'll do it himself. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now batting, shortstop Willie Adames.
So up next, Willie Adames. In the air, out towards left center. Duran makes a nice running
Now
catch.
batting, third baseman Matt Chapman.
Now it's Matt Chapman.
Go, Red Sox.
All right, Sox, let's go.
Outside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And now 1-2.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
That's the strikeout for Chappie. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Part of the order, 3-4-5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Giants 7 and the Red Sox 1.
Now pitching for San
New arm for the
Francisco,
Giants, Eric
number
Miller.
68.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And it's Rafael Devers
Leading
in the
off
box.
For the Red Sox, third baseman Rafael Devers.
On the ground to
foul.
third, and foul ball. That one
1-1.
not close. Ball one. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Devers aboard here at first with nobody out. Next pitch misses inside. 1-1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And a swing and a miss there.
1-2.
Need a base hit here.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Come on, Sox.
Got him swinging.
Now batting.
Here's Trevor
shortstop,
Story.
Trevor Story.
Come now, here we go.
That's off the mark, and that's ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Man, he really sells the
ball,
changeup
one
with
strike.
that arm action.
That's
No.
inside, and it's 2-1.
Looking good, Red Sox.
Slider misses outside. The Giants up big in this one. We're in the last half of the ninth inning.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance, works the walk. Now it's the DH, Masataka Yoshida. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Let's keep it going.
Late on that fastball.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Lifted in the air, out to left. McRae brings it in, 2 away now.
Now batting, right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
So the Red Sox down to their final out. Now a chance for Wilyer Abreu. And that one upstairs, ball 1. 2 on, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And misses inside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That's too low. And the count is 3-1. They're down to their final strike.
Full count.
This could end it. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
새 알림. 연결된 USB 기기가 너무 많습니다. 새 알림. 연결된 USB 기기가 너무 많습니다. 새 알림. 두알산스 무선 컨트롤러가 연결되었습니다. 빈 배터리 충전 중.
From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Boston Red Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. And starting in this one, Garrett Crochet. How about a scouting report on him?
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts, Boog. He knows how to command the mound. His stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Now 1-1. That one almost got him. Swing and a foul out of play. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And it remains 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. On the ground to the left, Devers. Jump throw, not in time. An infield knock to start the inning.
Batting second, second baseman Tyler Fitzgerald.
And up next for San Francisco, Tyler Fitzgerald. Ball one, no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
Lee on at first, nobody out. Here's a rocket out to left. Nabs it, one down.
Batting third, shortstop Willie.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. Willie Adames stands in.
Oh no, let's turn two.
Slap the other way, foul.
Come on, Garrett.
Next offering is in for a strike. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And here is Matt Chapman. Outside low. And now it's even 1-1. Next offering is fouled back.
Come on, Sox.
And a ball evens the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
This to center field. Rafaela coming on. Long run, tracks it down. And that's the 3rd out. So the Giants leave 1. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. You're dialed into the show. Back inside Fenway Park. Starting on the mound in this one, Logan Webb. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Here's the left fielder, Jarren Duran. That misses, and it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
All right, Red Sox.
This to third, and that chance handled. One gone, bottom half of the first. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down in the zone until he gets some called strikes and then forces you to go after that pitch. Until then, make him elevated, because guys that throw those sinkers, those 2-seamers, really hard for them to be effective up in the zone. Those are pitches you can hammer. And when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it. Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle, hope he gets a mistake.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. To the right side, Wade takes it himself. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Red Sox go down quietly, scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Lamont Wade Jr. Crochet back to work. Tap foul at the plate. Wade goes 6'1", hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2015. Late swing, foul to the left.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Left-hand hitter waits. That one the other way, takes it in for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And that one sliced foul. Crochet, he's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. That misses, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and you know he's got the command, be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
No score here in the second. That's off the inside corner. Now 3-1. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today? Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. An absolute smash to left, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So 1 out, nobody on. And digging in for San Francisco, Patrick Bailey. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance. And it hits off the monster. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double. Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways because I think that guys at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next hitter out. One out, runner at second. And up next for the Giants, Mike Yastrzemski. Just missed. Ground ball right side. Bregman throws to first in time.
Batting ninth, left fielder Grant McCray.
And up next for San Francisco, Grant McCray.
Come on, Boston!
In there, and it's 0-1. Bailey
No
on
ball.
third with 2 out.
Strike.
Let's go, Sock. Come on, Sock. You can do it.
Ball one.
Let's go, Red Sox. Woo, Red Sox. Yeah, baby.
Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count.
Strike him out.
And that's outside.
Sit him down.
Good eye right there.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
2 outs with a runner at third.
Strike him out.
So now
Ball
2
four.
on
Take your base.
and 2 outs.
Now batting, the center fielder Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung-Hoo Lee, the next Giant to hit, reached on an infield single his first time.
Let's go, Red Sox. Let's go.
That missed
1-0.
inside, and that is ball 1. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead.
puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And now it's going to be Tyler Fitzgerald.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
Punch him out.
Hit hard, base hit. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. He'll score, and they lead by 3.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
First and second, 2 outs. And digging in for San Francisco, Willie Adames. He's 0 for 1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. Ball 1 there. And that drops in for a strike.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout, but you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. Traffic on the bases with 3 already across here at the top of the second. Swing and a miss, and that is that. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here at Fenway, stepping in, Tristan Casas.
First baseman, Tristan Casas.
Let's go, Sox.
That one inside. Ball 1.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Ball, no.
Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one fouled off. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Next pitch inside. Full count, 3-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Come on, Boston.
Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Draws the walk there. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Let's keep the inning alive.
And that one's a little bit low. Ball 1. Swings and misses at one down below the zone.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Squirts away a little bit. Swing and a miss. That's the first sweeper we've seen today, and the batter made a mess of it.
Usually when you see several pitches, you're going to get at least one that you might be able to do something with, but they didn't exactly challenge him in any way right there, and really, they just used his aggressiveness against him. I don't think he even got a pitch in the zone.
No, that's a good point, Singy. He goes down on strikes, but not a single pitch was actually in the strike zone.
Keep the inning alive.
Next to hit, Masataka Yoshida.
Ball.
And ball one.
Thinking about Yoshida, he's never going to be the biggest player when he's on the field, but that doesn't mean he can't hit. He gets on base and doesn't strike out very often. That combo makes you a valuable asset to your club.
Go Red Sox. Woo!
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Lays out and makes the play.
Batting seventh, right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
This dive wasn't the result of a bad route, Singy. The only reason he made the play is because his route was so good.
No doubt, Boog. StatCast tells the same story. I mean, he got to his spot as quickly as you can possibly get there, and he had to in order to have a chance at that diving play. Just special.
Way to go, Boston.
Now, here is Wilyer Abreu. And that one fouled off.
Come on, Doc.
2 outs.
Hee-haw!
And 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that
ball,
much in an
2
0-2
strikes.
count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
And down on strikes. That K is his third of the game. One left for the Red Sox. They trail it here 3-0. Back here at Fenway
Leading
Park,
off
here's
for
Matt
the Giants,
Chapman.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Come on, Red Sox.
That's in there.
Well, these Giants doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you,
No,
Boog. They're
inside.
making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Swings through that.
1-2.
Pitch
Ball.
misses, and that's ball 2.
Swing.
Right through there, got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. So digging in,
Now batting
Lamont
first
Wade
baseman,
Jr.
Lamont Wade Jr.
Here we go, Boston.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-1.
Just
That's
missed.
down.
That one finds the zone. And the count 1-2. 1 out, base is empty. The other way, and it stays fair.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. That was a thing of beauty. It may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Fenway Franks, get your Franks.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Strike one. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Wade leads off first with one away.
Let's turn two.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count even 1-1. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Richard Fitz, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. And he swings through that one. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are out towards right center. That's well struck. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
Catcher, Patrick Bailey.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Garrett Crochet departs, and he's on the hook for the runners at second and third, so looking for some help there. Back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Richard Fitz gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Huge opportunity to add on to the lead for this offense right now, but we'll see what he has to say about that. He's going to have to make some great pitches to work out of this jam, though.
At the plate, Patrick Bailey doubled in his first AB. In for a strike, 0-1. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. One down, runners at second and third. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Strike him out.
And there's a ball.
Strike him out.
That's towards center.
Oh, yeah.
Rafaela snags it. Runner tagging from third. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate, trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time, and they cut down the run to end the inning.
And we're back here at Fenway Park. Now it's going to be Connor Wong.
Catcher, Connor Wong.
Let's go, Connor.
And first offering is fouled off. Just missed.
1-1.
Off the plate inside, 2-1. Swing and a miss.
2-2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that skips in the dirt. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Didn't miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Batting ninth.
So a man at first. And now the center fielder, Cedar Rafaela. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Nobody out. Runner at first.
Base hit now.
Just missed.
1-2.
Swing and a
That's
ground
foul
ball
ball.
and foul ball. Outside low. Now 2-2. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here.
Come on, Boston. Let's go.
Runner on the go again. There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Strike three, got him with the sweeper. Back to the top of the lineup. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. That's off the mark, and that's ball one.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number two.
Now batting, second baseman, Alex Bregman.
Now it's Alex Bregman. Struck out swinging his first time.
Come on, Alex.
Called strike right there.
0-1.
2 outs and a runner at third. Here in the last half of the third.
Let's go, Red Sox.
No. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Come on, Red Sox.
Ground ball right side,
That's a foul
and
ball.
that's just foul.
Come on, Boston.
That misses the
2-2.
zone. 2-2.
Let's go.
2 outs. Swing, and he breaks his bat. The throw to first, and they get Bregman for the out. And that will end the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. On to inning number 4. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here in Boston, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Mike Yastrzemski.
Get out of here, Giants. Go back to San Francisco.
Come on, Red Sox.
Just missed. What about the fans at Fenway? Would they let you have it from time to time?
They're definitely intelligent baseball fans, which is awesome. They're not waiting for something to happen. They can smell a big inning or anticipate a situation setting itself up.
That one ripped right center field. High bounce takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
Left fielder, Grant McCray.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Grant McCray now at the plate.
Go Sox.
Popped up on the left side of the infield. Devers in position, corrals it. And there's one away.
One thing I found that was very cool was making a great play to end the inning and running off the field and getting a standing ovation, even at times when you're not a player on their team. As long as you're not winning, they will celebrate and applaud a great play on the field. These fans here, they love and respect baseball.
No, that's the
Lee
ball.
in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Fastball for a strike.
All right, Red Sox.
That catches the outside corner, and that's strike two.
Punch him out.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number two.
So there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
And up next for the Giants, Tyler Fitzgerald.
Let's do it, Sox.
Inside, and it's 1-0.
1-0.
Let's go, Sox.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
1-1.
All right, Red Sox. Let's go, Red Sox.
And that one fouled off. Yastrzemski at second with two down.
Strike him out.
And a swing and a miss. That's out number three. So a leadoff double, but they can't cash it in. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Bottom 4 and stepping in for Boston, Rafael Devers.
Third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Come on, Raffy.
And first offering is fouled off.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Going to count 1 and 2.
Outside.
Here we go, Red Sox.
Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So here's Boston's cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. Walked his first time.
Tristan Casas.
Ball 1 and a pitch inside. And there's a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a foul ball.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And that one is inside. And the next pitch is way outside. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there, just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Trevor Story, struck out swinging his first time.
Go, Sox.
Sinker catches the zone at the knees.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Ball.
Next offering misses down and away. 2 outs, base is empty. on the ground.
foul ball.
And it goes just foul. That's inside. And that's
Full count.
outside. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Bailey makes the catch, and that is that. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate,
Leading off
Willie
for San
Adames.
Francisco, shortstop Willie Adames.
Fitz back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Fitz goes 6 feet 3 inches, 25 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick in 2021. And now it's even up. Fly ball down the line. Duran on his way over, fielding for the wall, makes the catch in foul ground.
Up next. for
Now
the
Matt
Giants,
Chapman at
third
the
baseman,
plate,
Matt
0 for
Chapman.
2 in this one.
Let's go, Red Sox. Come on.
And there's the strike. And a swing and a miss.
0-2.
That missed by a
1-2.
lot. Now 1-2. Now one
Ball 2.
missed. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that'll get down for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at-bat.
The man they call Late Night Lamont steps in. 1 for 2. That's a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Chapman stands at first with 1 out.
Come on.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Ground ball left side, and foul ball.
Sit him down.
Bregman to first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, designated hitter Elliot Ramos.
Elliot Ramos, the next Giant to hit. He's already homered here in this one.
Red Sox, come on.
Outside low, and that's ball 1.
Let's go, Sox.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that
1
pitch
ball,
surprised
1 strike.
all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Check swing, went around, and that is strike 2.
2 strikes.
2 outs and a runner at third, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Gassed it right by him. 1 hit, 1 left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. We head to the bottom of the fifth. So stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida.
Masataka Yoshida.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Check swing called strike. That's strike one.
You know, these Red Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The starter's pitch count is high because they've worked the count full against him 5 different times. Their pitch selection's been off the charts today.
And a ground ball to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though, and that's out number 1 on a tough play.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
And now, Wilyer Abreu struck out looking at his first at bat. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And that drops in for a strike. The Red Sox hitless so far in the game. And that one is downstairs. 2-1.
2-1.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
Off the mark there. 3-2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Adames, the throw to first. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the speedy catcher, Connor Wong. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. He's through 5 without allowing a hit. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. And we're back. Now, Patrick Bailey. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. That one's in there, and it's 0-1.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
And now 1-2.
Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. When you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Yastrzemski, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder Grant McCray.
And up next for San Francisco, Grant McCray.
Turn 2 now, let's go.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Come on, Red Sox.
And downstairs.
2-0 to count.
Double play ball to second. There's one, and that's two. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the sixth. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Back in Boston, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the speed threat, outfielder Cedar Rafaela. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. On the ground right side, Fitzgerald. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the sixth.
Now batting left fielder, Jaron Duran.
Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jaron Duran. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And that one missing low. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, second baseman Alex Bregman.
Here's Alex Bregman. Clips the corner. That's strike one. Slice down the right side. Not close with that one, and it's 1-2.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
He goes down looking. So he's through 6 no-hit innings now. It's the Giants 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Greg Weiser on to pitch here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Number 57, Greg Weiser.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Looking good, Red Sox.
That pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Activity in the bullpen. Brennan Bernardino, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Wilson getting loose as well. Next one misses, and 1-1.
1-1.
And that one almost got him. Fouls one off. 2-2.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Rafaela raging back towards the wall. And he brings it into the warning track.
Typically not easy to go deep to center field, but he almost did right there and got a little help from the wind, just not enough.
Tyler Fitzgerald getting ready to hit. On the ground to third.
Get it in gear.
Throw to first in time.
Now batting, shortstop Willie Adames.
And digging in for San Francisco, Willie Adames. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Let's go, Red Sox!
Just
Ball,
off the
no.
outside edge. 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
All right, Sox! Woo!
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Man, he
One ball,
really
one
sells the
strike.
changeup with that arm action.
So now 1-2.
1 ball.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Rock and roll!
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Giants go down quietly, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back inside Fenway Park, bottom of the 7th. Here's the third baseman, Rafael Devers. The Red Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. So history wasn't meant to be in this one, but it's been quite the performance.
And that's tough for a pitcher to swallow. I mean, when you're right on the brink of a no-hitter and just pitched a heck of a game, just couldn't make it to the finish line.
Tristan Casas up next for the Red Sox. A strikeout and a walk. Just missed.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And that's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Movement in the bullpen. Tyler Rogers preparing to come on if needed. Doval also getting ready.
Come on, Sox.
And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Devers gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Come on, Boston.
In there at the knees. 2-2 now. Swings and misses. Nice job behind the plate there.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop
Trevor Story, the next to hit.
He's got a rare skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired.
1-0.
He's still delivering good action.
Hit in the air, center field. Lee. He's there. He's got it. 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida.
So now here's the DH, Masataka Yoshida.
Red Sox, come on and get it!
There's a strike.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Let's go, Red Sox! Woo, Red Sox! Yeah, baby!
Ball 1.
In the dirt.
Get there!
1-1.
The Red Sox trailing by 3 here at the bottom of the 7th.
Let's go, Red Sox! Let's go!
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Man,
1-2.
that was pretty gross right there.
You got this!
Out to short, into the outfield, base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Now batting, right fielder,
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox.
Let's go, Sox. Come on, Sox. You can do it.
And delivers outside. Two aboard, 2 outs.
Go, Sox.
Hey.
Next offering way off the plate.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Let's go.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Boston strands a pair. They trail in this one 3-0. Ready to begin the 8th, and here is Matt Chapman.
leading off for San Francisco, third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Come on, Sox.
Weiser back to work. And that's downstairs and outside. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Brennan Bernardino, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Wilson getting cranked up as well. And the sweeper misses for a ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a 2-1 hammered but foul.
Let's go, Sox.
And the sweeper is off the plate. On the ground to short.
Get it in gear.
Story sends it over to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr.
Lamont Wade Jr., the next Giant to hit. 1 for 3.
Come on, Sox.
There's a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now batting, designated hitter, Elliott.
And now it's the Giants' DH, Elliot Ramos. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Come on, Boston.
Gets the strike. That was the sweeper. Foul ball. Pitch misses there, and the count 1-2.
2-2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
got this.
And it remains 2-2.
Come on.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground to the
Just
left.
foul.
And that's just foul. The 2-2. Just
Full
misses
count.
the mark outside the zone.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Lifted in the air, right field. And it falls. And that extends the inning. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Throw to first, and he's back in safely. Right through there for a strike. Ramos off of first with 2 away.
Way to go, Boston.
And strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Fastball is outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here we go, Boston. Straight.
And that one hammered back there. It has the distance gone. He flexes his power with that swing. It's 5-zip. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Greg Weisser out of the game, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
New
for the Red
pitcher on
Sox.
now, Brennan Bernardino.
83.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 outs, nobody on. Mike Yastrzemski up here. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed
No
hitter.
ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball right field.
Out of way.
Makes the grab, and that is that. The Giants strike for a pair as you get another look at the 2-run dinger. And the lead is now 5-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Randy Rodriguez.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Here's the catcher to hit, Connor Wong. Pitch is in there, and that is strike 1. Activity in the bullpen. Eric Miller getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Next offering misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
Rafaela stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
No strikes.
Next offering upstairs. And there's a ball.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Duran at the plate now. That's ball 1. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. And it's over the monster and off the billboard. So he goes the opposite way with that one, and they've got their first run. It's 5-1.
Things might get pretty interesting if they keep connected on pitches like that. Elevated fastballs, especially away, are like putting the ball on a tee. Hitters do a lot of cage work. They're comfortable hitting off the tees, and he was comfortable right there hitting that ball opposite field for a home run.
So 2 away with nobody on. And next for the Red Sox, Alex Bregman. And the slider just misses. Two outs. That one off the mark, and that's ball 2. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Struck him out looking. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now 5-1. Back now at Fenway. We go to the 9th, and digging in for San Francisco, Grant McCray. Outside with a breaking ball. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Check swing, called strike.
2-1.
And that's downstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
3-1.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting.
Jung-Hoo
is
Lee,
fielder,
the next Giant to hit.
Lee.
Come on, let's get the ground ball. Come on, Boston, let's
To first, and he breaks for second. To second, and he's out. And that is downstairs. Ball one. Just missed.
2-0's the count.
He swings and fouls one off. Off the plate inside, and that's ball three. That one pushed to the left and foul. Swinging at ball four. That was off the outside edge.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Let's go, Red Sox. Come on, Boston.
And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That one in the dirt, and now it's even 1-1. To third, Devers handles, throws to first, and that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. High to the order, 3-4-5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Giants 5 and the Red Sox 1.
Now pitching for San
So the
Francisco.
Giants with a new pitcher on the hill,
Number
Eric
68.
Miller.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
3-4-5 due up for the home team. And the batter now, Rafael Devers.
Rafael Devers.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
Let's go, Red Sox.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. That misses the zone. Now 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
No, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Casas in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. Tattooed and gone. A solo shot. It's 5-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark.
You want to bottle that type of approach.
Here in the bottom of the ninth, one out. And stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story. First offering misses badly for ball one. Swings through that one for strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swings and misses. And the count is 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in here in the last half of inning number 9. Good eye in that spot. And they'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Swings through it for the K. Only 1 out left for the Red Sox. Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Eric Miller done for the day. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Ryan Walker comes on trying to close it out.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
So they're down to their final out. Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Two outs. Look out! And it hit him. Next to hit, Wilyer Abreu. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Abreu.
That's in there. Strike one. Just missed. They're down to their final strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Boston Red Sox. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Garrett Crochet. What do you have on him, Singy?
Well, you're going to see good velocity between the four-seam fastball and the cutter. Better be ready to hit. It's going to be fairly straight, but just because it's straight doesn't mean it's easy to get the barrel on it.
And now the center fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee. There's a strike at the knees, and we're underway.
0-1.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rafaela under it. And there's one away. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Tyler Fitzgerald, the next Giant to hit.
Go Sox.
Just
Oh,
missed.
no.
One out, base is empty. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1-2.
Next offering upstairs.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
2 outs, base is empty. Willie Adames stands in. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Two outs, base is empty. Next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. And Adames swings through that one.
2-2.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Nothing doing there for San Francisco. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Fenway, our starter in this one, Logan Webb. What do you have on him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran.
If there's nobody on in front of him, you know, a single for him many times is a double. This
Guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike
No
one.
ball. One strike.
On the ground, right side. Fitzgerald. Barely got him for the out, close play.
Batting second.
Here's a check of the Red Sox lineup, put together by manager Alex Cora. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Alex Bregman stands in now and watches strike one. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
0-2.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Ripped to short. Adames, the throw to first. And the home first moving along quickly today. 2 gone.
Batting third baseman.
2 down, bases empty. Rafael Devers up to hit.
Come on, Karita.
That one is blasted. Left field towards the monster. Into the monster seats and gone. A massive home run. And the Red Sox jump in front. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Now batting Tristan Casas. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Red Sox already leading. A changeup missing. 2-0. Webb. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. Pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
2 down, nobody on. Yeah, that's fouled off. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Partner, every pitcher's a little different.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Fenway Park, second inning set to go. Now it's Matt Chapman. Crochet, an all-star a season ago, 25 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And there's a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
So here's Wade now. Right down to shoot. 0-1.
0-1.
Right through there for a strike.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
And a fastball misses outside for a ball.
Going to count 1 and 2.
Strike.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. And that one cutting but missing down low. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. Giants are down 1-2-3. And it remains 1-0. Back here in Boston, your story now.
For the Red Sox, shortstop Trevor Story.
Webb back to work. There's a strike.